Hi, this is Joy. Today I'm going to be walking you guys through a remodel of my 37-year-old vinyl liner pool with a sand bottom. I'm located here in Nashville, Tennessee. Anyways, I just thought this would be so helpful. I posted a few pictures online and I got so many questions about the liner and the Sunsail, the equipment, etc. I thought I would just do one full walkthrough, and then if anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the comments and I'll go through and answer them. I thought this would be so helpful for anybody out there that was kind of like me, that, you know, a super researcher, you know, or just kind of looking for fun ideas of things you can do around your pools. This video is for you. Let's jump into it. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna jump right in here. Okay, so things that we did. First of all, this is a 37-year-old pool. It is a 20 by 40, and it is 3.5 foot deep in the shallow end and 8 foot deep in the deep end. And I would not change a thing other than, as far as depth goes, other than making this shallow end a little bit deeper. I think I would have gone to 4 feet if we actually would have built this pool. But overall, it's beautiful. I love being able to swim laps and stuff like that. So what do we do for this remodel? We put in brand new stairs. So these stairs, I'll put some videos and photos up on the screen. These stairs were steel stairs before, and they basically were rusted. The very top part was rusted. All of the rocks had kind of washed out from behind them, and so they were hollow, which is not what you want. So when you were walking up, it felt very shaky and kind of unsafe, which it probably was at that point. So anyways, that's the original reason why I started this remodel project. Obviously to fix the stairs, we had to pull the liner, and it was about time too. It was about 7 years that we had the same liner. So anyways, we called Leslie Pools, Fox Pools, and to do a liner change, and they only do like 1 hour of prep for that. And so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna call an actual pool remodel company. So I called Jag Pools, which is in Nashville, Tennessee. Jordan, the owner, came out here and basically kind of walked through the pool with us and gave us some recommendations on things we could do. So anyways, we ended up replacing these stairs with cement stairs. So they're super sturdy now, no issues. And while we were doing that, I asked if we could possibly put a bench in, because this is this is where everybody wants to hang out during the summer. And I've always wanted one, and I just thought it was kind of, I don't know, I just didn't know if I could afford it or not. But actually, even though that he was coming out to do these stairs, this was not a huge addition. It was an addition, but it wasn't as big. Anyways, we got this installed, and then he quoted us for doing the whole floor of the pool and Poolcrete. And so before, this was all sand, and which was really bumpy, and there was just a lot of imperfections in the floor, specifically in the creases here in the corners. And so basically what he did was he came out here with his team, was phenomenal, and they literally Poolcreted the whole bottom of the floor. They also replaced, sorry about my pool being kind of dirty, I don't have my dolphin, it's getting fixed right now. But anyways, there's 2 right here, and there used to just be 1, which is against code. So they replaced that. We replaced the light over here with a color changing light. And I'll put some photos up of the lights at night. But we got a Jandy color, I think it's called the Waterfall RGBW, if I remember right. But anyways, overall, we've just been super excited about this. This is called the Black Opal Liner. It's from Terra Pool Products. And what's cool about this is it kind of just changes colors. Like in the morning, it's like this, like, I don't know, kind of light teal, I would say. And then towards the evening, it gets like this more lagoonish kind of feeling. Before, we had a turquoise liner, like a really bright turquoise liner, and I love that liner, but I think I just wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. But you can see this one has the shimmer effect in it. I don't know if you can see this on camera or not, but it literally does shimmer, like the bottom of a boat is the only way to describe it, like if you're at the lake. But it looks so freaking good. We also put Sure Step on the bench and on the stairs, and Sure Step just makes you not be able to fall. So it's got like this, like almost like a bath mat material. It doesn't mess up your bathing suit or anything like that. But anyways, super happy about that. All right, so this is the pool situation, and then we installed this, which might be my favorite thing in the whole yard. This is a mod shade by Shade Escapes. It is a 14 by 18, and as you can see, this guy is not going anywhere. It can take extremely high winds. We bolted it into the cement here, so if you have a pretty big pad, you could just bolt, you know, all 4 things into it. For us, we're going to be leveling this back part out and making this an actual usable space. Right now, this is kind of at a slope. That's why these are poking out of the ground. But we had to put in these footers. This took a concrete company here in Nashville half an afternoon. They just, you know, framed it out and filled them up. But anyways, as you can see, this is just so pretty. I love the yellow. I'm so happy I got yellow. I was gonna get tan, and I went back and forth and back and forth, but the yellow with the green background and the dark blue, like lagoon kind of liner, I think just really made it look so pretty. And I've noticed that since we got this out here, everybody hangs out here now. And before, everybody hung out underneath our carport, which is pretty big, but we would always like be under there primarily. And now the whole thing has shifted, and the majority of people want to hang out here. So it really has made a difference. Before, we were just kind of dragging umbrellas around. Oh, I do want to talk about that. So the way that we positioned it here, basically when the sun is coming up, the sun sets like coming this way, like where I'm standing. And so at about 4 o'clock, we have shade all the way, you know, to here, which is great. And so, you know, basically when we're hanging out here and the sun's setting, which is a lot of times like after work and, you know, later afternoon when we're out here, we're not getting that hard sun. You know, you can sit here on the edge, etc. So I'm absolutely in love with this. I would highly recommend a Sunsail. Other things, let's see here. So we got new pool equipment. This is the Black & Decker line. I actually bought this Black & Decker variable speed pump probably 3 years ago, and I was just blown away by it. Like as soon as I turned it on, our pressure went up like tenfold, and I didn't have so many issues with algae and stuff. But also it made it through 3 rolling blackouts in Nashville. We don't close our pools here in Nashville. Most people don't. And we instead use the freeze protector. And this last or 2 winters in a row, we've had such cold weather that they actually did rolling blackouts. So there was a couple of times where I came out here and this thing was like frozen over, and it just came back to life. Works great. Haven't had any issues. So anyways, we've been dealing with mustard algae for like 2 years, and I was like, you know what? Our filter is about 8 years old. The pressure gauge on it was broken. The top was dry rotted. So I was like, you know, if we're gonna do it, now's the time to do it. So we have the new Black & Decker sand filter installed. And ever since I put it in, I haven't had any issues, knock on wood. Mustard algae is crazy. I don't know if you've ever had it, but it sucks. But I haven't had any issues since I got these in. So super excited about the new equipment. I know this is a behind the scenes kind of thing, but like if your pool runs properly, you don't have to fight it so much with the chemicals and all that. So other things that I did back here, since I'm back here, I installed these little steps. I got these I think I got them at Home Depot. Before we just had what is this stuff called? Pea gravel. But every time I was back here, it's always bare feet trying to get these floats and stuff. It just was a pain. And so I'm, you know, this was probably around $100 worth of stone, but now it's like anytime you come back here, it's just so much easier to get around. So just small little improvements. We also put up these little hooks. Before we had our hooks outside on the fence, and these still get a little bit of sun, but not nearly as much as they were before. This is the end of the season, and our flows are still in really good condition. I'll probably put these in the barn when we get a little bit colder. But anyways, I just love how this turned out. It's a cute little nook. When people come back here, they're like, oh, look, there's all the floats, and it's easy to get to. So yeah. What other things did we do? Oh, yeah. So we also installed this salt and pepper rocks. You can see we're still working on installing some of our lighting back here, but this was all grass, and it was always just a pain to maintenance. I tried different plants in here, and so anyways, we just put this is called salt and pepper river rock, and we also matched it over here. So let's see here. Yeah, this was all grass all of that was grass. And so every time our landscape guy comes over to weed eat, all of this stuff would go into the pool. And so anyways, now it just looks really clean. It looks a lot more put together, I would say. These are Bobo hydrangeas, by the way. I know people are probably gonna ask. These are Bobo hydrangeas, and these are the Costco boxwoods that I think they sell them like 2 months out of the year, and they go quick. They're like 15 bucks, but anyways, got those. This is a golden smoke bush. It's one of my favorite plants in my yard. I get so many compliments on it. I call it the poor man's Japanese maple. It looks like this all season, and then you cut it back to like a foot in the fall, and it'll do this again next year. I actually got another one. You can see it over there in the corner, right there. So these are by far my favorite plants. As you can tell, I'm into plants. But either way, you know, this is a very low maintenance garden now. These hydrangeas you cut back once a year. Same thing with the smoke bushes. So there's not a lot of like having to like maintenance things. The big thing is, you know, just watering. Oh, I do want to comment on that. So since I put this rocks in, I've noticed that the hydrangeas have been a little bit more droopy, and I think it's just because the rocks are baking their roots. So what I'm going to have our landscape guy do is pull this back, put little rings around every single plant, and then put mulch in there instead. So they aren't getting hit so hard. But right now we're going into the fall, so it might just be a fall project me and my husband work on. But I definitely noticed it. As soon as I put them in, they got a little bit more weepy. And, you know, they're hydrangeas. They love water, the hydro part. So, yeah, basically they're water lovers. So, anyways, I think that's about it. What else did we get? We got these new chairs. These are only $13 at Old Time Pottery. And before, I had really heavy chairs that I had to drag around all the time for guests. These literally weigh like, I don't even know, maybe 2 pounds. And I love them because I can just stack them up. If we have a big event, I can stack I think I got 8 of them. We can stack all of them, put them under the carport, put them in the barn, drag them around. So just kind of thinking a little bit more long term. I don't want crazy heavy furniture. I want stuff that looks nice, but I don't want it to be super hard to move around, I guess. So yeah, but that's about it. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. It was definitely a labor of love. This didn't happen overnight. A lot of this, you know, stuff when I first moved here, I think we moved here, what, 8 years ago. None of this was here. Not one plant was in this backyard. The first thing I did was I planted these green thuja arborvitae, and now they're like, what, I don't even know, probably 15 feet. These guys get big quick, so think about that if you're planting trees by your pool. But overall, I'm just really, really happy with how it all turned out. And if this helps anybody, I hope you know it does, because I know I lost my mind trying to figure out all this stuff. So anyways, if you have any questions, let me know, and have a great day. Bye guys.